Since then, Bristol, Tennessee has been a symbol of NASCAR's growth. Grandstands grew, even the turns rose to over 30-degree banking, and speeds climbed from that 70-mile-per-hour lap of 1961 to laps now at nearly 130 miles per hour. When Bruton, the road to success is always under construction, Smith took over in 1996, the track held about 60,000 people. Today, the number is 160,000. You can't get 160,000 people around a half-mile track. Well, come along with all these good people and find out how Bristol, Tennessee, population 25,000, has done it. It really is something different.
Welcome, everyone, to the East Coast Late Model Series Championship finale here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Rick Souza, and I'm joined in the broadcast booth with Elliot Swope, and we're here tonight to take you through this 101-lap event here at Bristol.
Yeah, Rick, we're at Bristol tonight. This ought to be a good race. These cars are fun to drive around here, and we got a tight points battle at the top of the chart.
Speaking of that chart, why don't we bring up and see where we are in this championship battle? Let's see where those points are. So currently, here is the current championship standings. We've got 18 drivers still in this, and looks like the top three or four are definitely very close.
Yeah, like I said, it's a three-man battle right now. It's Jeff's championship to lose, but Ryan and Ty are right on his heels, so it'll be a fun race to watch tonight.
All right, looking forward to it. So I guess qualifying is getting close to wrapping up here. Not much time left. We will jump a little bit on to see just what's happening, and let's get that tower back up and show us where we are. So current race conditions here at Bristol is that we've got the current air temperature is 80 degrees at the track, 77 ambient, clear skies, and a 57% humidity. Slight wind, not going to have an effect here in the bowl of Bristol. We've got 101 laps, 5 sets of tires, 2 quick repairs. They're running a full tank of fuel and an open setup, which means basically they configure their car.
Yeah, that's part of what makes tonight's race fun. They are running open setups, so we might see some comers and goers.
Well, it looks like qualifying is pretty much wrapping up. There's just a few folks that have qualified. We don't have a lot of entries in, as this is the final race this season. We typically do see that often in these league races, where the final race comes down to those that are in contention and those that just would like to race. So we've got a pretty good group here. Looks like qualifying has completed, and we'll bring up the qualifying results and our current grid.
Yeah, it looks like Jeff's going to start up front with Tyler right behind him, kind of like the points are going. And Ryan Chapman starting third, Ryan Pittman fourth, and then Kenneth Bradstock's in the 5th position.
We've got Ty Bostic in 6th in the 22, Michael Carpenter in the 6th, in 7th, Evan Amick in 8th in the 77. We've got Matt McComas in the 10 in 9th position, and Chris Robley in the 85 in the 10th position.
Yeah, now Jeff came in tonight with a 4-point lead. That pole gives him a 5-point lead. They also get a point for leading a lap and a point for leading the most laps. So Tyler and Ryan got a little bit more work to do right there off the bat.
Looks like the field is coming together. And they're forming up behind the pace car.
Sounds like the guys are putting out a little bounty on Jeff. We'll see how that works out.
Well, you would expect it. He's right there in the lead car, and he's at the top of the points list. Well, the lights are off on the pace car. Pace car is off. The green flag's about to drop. Green flag drops here at Bristol.
It's like a clean start going down the back stretch. Everybody's in a single line back to about 5th place. We got the 74 and the 22 side by side.
Good start here amongst these drivers.
Yeah, like I said, these cars are fun here. You can almost run flat out. You can run just about wherever you want. The bottom is the fastest way around, but you might burn up your tires down there. So some guys will run the bottom, some will run the top. And we'll just have to see how they come out.
Well, we've got 101 laps here at Bristol, and we're hoping for a clean race and with limited yellow flags, but we'll see how it goes. It is Bristol, so you just never know. Gonna take a tour through the field. Ryan Chapman in the 7. Tyler Bryant in the 25.
Jeff's making easy work of them right now. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh are all relatively close. And then it goes back to Matt, Christopher, and Evan bringing up the rear of the field right now.
We got the 08 car of Ryan Pittman. 22 of Ty Bostic.
There you can see the 25. He's running the top lane there, and he's able to keep pace with the guys on the bottom. So he can run either lane and make time.
We've got Michael Carpenter, relatively newcomer to this event here in late model. He's in the 06.
Yeah, he's a rookie in this series. I wouldn't expect him to be.
The 74 of Kenneth Bradstock behind Michael Carpenter. The 85 of Chris Robley. The 77 of Evic Amick. And Mac McComas is bringing up the tail end of the field. Back up with our leader.
Yep, we're single file 1 and 2. We're double side by side for third still. It's kind of trying to straighten itself out there. Kind of looks like Ryan's running Jeff down.
That will bring up the gap in the ticker, and you can see that that's about a 0.4 behind Jeff. The 07 is running him down. You are correct. So 11 laps in the books here at Bristol, and we've stayed green flag, caution free since the beginning.
Yeah, even though it's 101 laps, they'll fly by in a hurry. Like we said, Ryan's running Jeff down, but you never know. Maybe Jeff got a big lead there, decided to take it a little easier on his tires. Maybe Ryan's using his up. We'll have to see.
Let's jump back to 3 and 4. Ryan Pittman and Tyler Bryant. There's a battle happening back here. Kind of dropping back through the field just to see where the individual battles are taking place. That's a tight one right there. Looks like the 22 of Bostic's going to get under the 25 of Bryant.
Yep, making a move down there. It's going to be hard to come off the corner. 25 should have the run. 22 kind of holds it down the straightaway, but then lost it going in the corner a little bit.
So there's a pretty good battle, though, shaping up amongst these drivers back here in this position. I think as these tires wear in and we begin to see them get their feet wet with Bristol and figure out their lines.
The field's getting a little stretched out, and you're absolutely right. The tires are probably burning off a little bit. It even looks like Ryan's march to the front there is stopped at about a half a second.
Jump back up with our leader, Jeff Nairn, as he continues to hold that solid lead over the 7 of Chapman, although, you know, it only looks to be about a four car length advantage at this point. But of course here at Bristol, that's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, and it won't be, maybe another 10 or 15 laps. They should get into lap traffic, and that always adds another dimension to what's going on. Looks like Ryan's knocked another 10th off of the lead there, so he's still moving forward. It just slowed down. And just as I speak about that, the 10 car is just about a little bit less than a straightaway in front of the leaders, so a couple more laps here, they'll be on his tail, and then maybe maybe we'll have a little interesting stuff going on here.
Yeah, I think as the tire wear has happened here, we're beginning to see some battles tightening up.
Got the 22 and the 25 side by side again here. Running for 5th and 6th place. No, 4th and 5th place. Yeah, the 22 keeps getting below him every couple of laps. It's hard to make that pass coming off on the bottom. He has to back off for a couple laps and regroup. There he's giving another shot again. Looks like maybe he caught the apron a little bit there that time.
Absolutely. I saw that same here as well.
And you know, from the looks of it, the 25 is probably holding the 22 up. But if he's running that top line and you're running the bottom and he just can't get the run off, then you just can't get around him. You might have to use the old chrome horn on him. There they are going around the 10 car.
Yep, that's putting the number 10 of McComas behind, down a lap. I will say that I believe that the lead has tightened up a bit. We're now seeing the 7 of Chapman is now right on top of Jeff Nairn.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Jeff runs that high line like the 25 car is.
Oh, and he's
a little bit there, but looks like it's not going to matter.
No, just let him go. Actually, I think he just basically said, "If you want it, you got it."
And that brings Ryan Pittman right into the fray here.
It does. Now Pittman's just a couple tenths behind Nairn and chasing second.
Speaking of that, just to remind everybody, Ryan Pittman is second in points after qualifying 5 points behind Jeff. So he needs to lead a lap. He really needs to lead a lap and lead the most laps if he can, and finish first, and hope that Jeff finishes back about 3rd or 4th. But we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe pit stops will make a difference. Maybe lap traffic. Who knows? We'll see.
So I don't know what the fuel mileage is in these vehicles for this track. I'm guessing they probably could do half the race on a tank of fuel. That's just an estimate. I don't know that for a fact. But tires obviously are where it's at.
Yeah, I honestly don't know either. We're already on lap 36, lap 37 now it looks like. And we'll just have to look for the pit stops and see if they take tires or not. My guess would be if it's 50 laps in or less, you're definitely taking tires, obviously, because you're going to take a full load of fuel. But if these cars can run 70, 80 laps on a tank of fuel, then tire strategy and whether or not you change 2 or 4 is going to definitely come into play.
Well, as you probably saw, Jeff Nairn was extremely loose on that corner exit, and I'm wondering if at this point at lap 39 we've got some significant tire wear going on to the point where these competitors are deciding, do I pit or do I not pit? And if I go in, am I by myself on this island, since they will be significantly far behind? I mean,
yeah, definitely. Depending on gas, gas mileage, maybe Jeff could pit early and get 4 fresh tires and try to go back out again. Kind of looks like maybe he used his stuff up early, getting that lead that he had.
Jumping on back with the battle with Tyler Bryant and Michael Carpenter. These guys have been trading this position for the past 2 laps. Oh, we've got a crash. Not sure it's going to bring out a yellow flag. I know Matt McComas may have wrecked. I know he's jumped now in the pits. So No, we'll stay with this. The yellow flag has not come out, and we'll stay with these competitors on the track.
Yep, there's that 25 running that high line, and now we'll see if Michael can make the pass on the bottom.
Well, it looks like jumping back up front that there's been a change at the top as well. So Ryan Chapman is leading. Ryan Pittman is now in second, and Jeff Nairn has fallen back a pretty good bit here based on that tower, nearly a full second behind the 7 of Chapman.
Yeah, if Ryan Pittman can get around Ryan Chapman, obviously he'd be the leader, then he'd lead a lap, and with Jeff running third at the current standings, he would be the points champion. But we're only on lap 46. So, tight quarters there. Looks like the 7 gave him a lot more room down here. See if he can make that pass.
Good battle.
Ryan Pittman led that lap. So as they run right now, Mr. Pittman would be the champion.
Well, I think there's still 48 laps of contention to go on, so we'll see how it all plays out here at Bristol. And once again, you've joined in at the IWM Broadcast Network here at Bristol, Tennessee. We are broadcasting the East Coast Late Model Series Championship finale here with this Late Model Series. We appreciate you tuning in. And if you're happy to catch us on one of our 4 social media streaming platforms of Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, please like and follow.
As you were saying that, Ty Bostic has now moved around Jeff Nairn and is on the heels of Ryan Chapman in the 7 car.
Interesting, though. Certainly as these tires begin to wear, we're beginning to see those who chose different lines begin to take advantage of those that may have been more aggressive in their approach. These tires have 52 laps of wear on them.
Yeah, and we're definitely seeing a difference, in the way the cars are able to run now. Definitely with Jeff, he's slowed down back to 4th place, while Ty and Ryan have kind of moved forward now. Now, Ty started 3rd in the point standings at the beginning of this race. He's kind of in the same position as Ryan Pittman. Needs to finish 3 or 4 spots ahead of Jeff. Leading the lap and winning the race would be great, but he's got to get around the 7 car right now.
Absolutely. So looking at the NASCAR tower, it looks like we've got the last laps being posted here amongst these competitors, and Pittman turned in a 16:09. Chapman and Bostic is running at 11. You can see Nairn is now at 24, Carpenter at 25, Bryan at 28. So there's, you can see as the field begins to stretch itself out, there's been a difference in their lap times. They're running 1560s, 1570s for the first lap.
Yeah, and there's a definite separation between the front 3 now and really the rest of the field as far as lap times go.
Let's jump in with our leader and let him take us around for a lap here around Bristol. You can see the banking that these drivers have to deal with and the G-forces they're dealing with as they go around this bowl.
Yeah, when you run this track in almost any car, it feels like you don't even slow down. You just get to the corner, maybe have to feather the gas just a little bit, and the car sets and just goes right around like it's on a rail.
Now Ryan's extremely consistent in his corner entry and exit. Tends to right now be running that low line through the corners and high line through the short straightaways here at Bristol. But he's not too far down. He's staying in the rubbered section of the track. You can see that as the darker section of the track as these cars have begun to lay down some rubber here at Bristol.
Now we are past the 60% mark now. We got 40 laps to go at the line. So I'm really interested to see when these guys are going to have to pit.
I'm not sure. I know some cars that are run here at Bristol, they can make it around nearly the whole race without a fuel stop. But again, here, I think it's going to be at some point tires. But do the tires wear? Let me rephrase that. Does the amount of time lost in the pits equate to value with fresh rubber? I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what I was mentioning earlier. I mean, maybe they can go all the way, but if they can't and they have to pit at lap 80 or lap 90, you know, do you sit for the full pit stop and take fresh tires and lose all that time, or do you just take 3 or 4 gallons of gas and go and hope that nobody took tires and can't just blow by you? Leader's coming up on a lap car again. He's still got the 7 and the 22 relatively within a second behind him. Well, the 85 got out of the way for him, so no harm, no foul there.
Looks like that was the 85 of Chris Robley. Looks like we do have, I think Kenny Bradstock has gone in for tires in the pits. We may be able to see some leaders come in.
Maybe this is the beginning of what we were talking about here.
Maybe this is. Maybe lap 67. This is a fuel and tire window.
Yeah, see him taking rights and lefts, so that answers the question for Mr. Bradstock.
Let's check back with our leaders and see if they tend to find this same approach, and we'll follow them in the pits if and when they choose to go in.
Yeah, they're all three still running pretty much the same lap consistencies. Ryan and Ty have lost maybe a tenth of a second to Ryan Pittman, but staying right there with him. Looks like the 85's going on pit road right now. He got lapped a couple laps ago, so I guess he figured he might as well get in there and get it done.
Yep, we can see Chris Robley heading into the pits.
Kenneth Bradstock is still in the pits, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Well, and that's a significant amount of time. Usually if it's a speeding penalty, that's about a 40-second hold, but he is well beyond that. He's over a minute and a half now in and on pit road. Well, I tell you, the 7 car was extremely loose coming out of turn 2.
As we're getting down to about 25, 26 laps to go here with where everybody's running, Jeff Nairn's currently running 4th. If either Ryan Pittman or Ty Bostic win this race, I believe they'll come out of this season as the champion with the current position that Mr. Nairn's in.
Oh my gosh. I think that Jeff's probably right now hoping for a yellow flag.
Yeah, hopefully their crew chiefs on the 22 and 8 car are telling them this. So 22 needs to go and get around that 7. They've lost another tenth or two to Mr. Pittman, so it's time for him to get the go on.
We had Evan Amick in the pits. That looks like a normal pit stop here is about 25 seconds. So you are guaranteed to go down a lap here at Bristol with these cars. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 7 and the 22 there.
Ty must have heard me.
He must have. He's watching the broadcast. He must have an in-car TV screen down there.
Probably driving with one hand, holding his iPhone in his other hand. You know?
23 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway with the East Coast Late Model Series finale here. Currently, we've got Ryan Pittman in the lead, Ty Bostic in second, Ryan Chapman close at his heels in the 7. Jeff Nairn, the current points leader, is currently in 4th. Michael Carpenter, rookie in the series, is in 5th. Tyler Bryan in 6th. Evan Amick in 7th. Chris Robley in 8th. Now, those cars do show a lap down, but they just came out of the pits. Although we are seeing Ryan Chapman, I think, is about to enter pit road.
Yeah, and that moves Jeff Nairn back up to 3rd place, so I'll have to redo my math on the current championship standings, but it cost Ty about a half a second getting around Ryan Chapman. In the last 2 laps, he's made up 0.2, so he's got about 0.8 now to get on Ryan Pittman's back door here.
Well, that was 19 laps to go right now as we cross the start finish. Ryan Pittman is currently showing in 1st. Ty Bostic in 2nd. Jeff Nairn is showing 3rd. But the expectation is that all of those leaders will need to come down pit road at some point. There's a pretty good gap here between the 08 and the 22 at this point.
Yeah, he's 22 is making a little bit of time. He's down to about 0.7, but looks like he's only making up about a half a tenth a lap now instead of a whole tenth. So he's only got what are we looking at? 15 laps to go. Well, that would, if he could hold that pace, it would put him on his back door right on the last lap. But he really needs to get there before that.
Unless there's a need to pit, I don't even know. I mean, you've got 3 drivers, Chapman, Amick, and Robley, who all went in the pits between laps 70 and 80. But for the majority of these drivers, they're staying out with 13 laps to go here at Bristol.
And the math still holds the same. If one of these two guys wins the race and Jeffrey Nairn stays in 3rd or back, they will be the champion.
Looks like Michael Carpenter is making a run on pit road. With 11 laps to go.
22 car's got it down to a half a second now.
Knowing Michael Carpenter as we do, I wouldn't think that he would pit unless he had to.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the leaders have any plans on pitting, so I got to believe maybe that's tires. I just don't know.
We'll stay with the leaders here.
Got it down to 0.4. He's got to go if he's going to get there. He's only got 8 laps to do it.
Laps are ticking away here at Bristol as we're closing in on the finale to this event.
Leaders coming up on the 25 car. Yeah, the lap before that, they ran almost identical times. Let's see if the 25 holds his line or if he gets down out of the way here.
25 also has not pitted.
This should help Ty just a little bit.
Hasn't yet. That 25 has stayed on the high line and tried to stay out of the way of the 08, but He's caught
Nothing
up a
wrong
little
with what
bit.
he's doing. He's the last car on the lead lap, so he's trying to hold his position there. He's not really getting in the way. He's just holding his line. But we see Ryan got past him. Let's see if 22 can make quick work of him. Well, and that he did.
Oh, unfortunately, I think just brought out a caution. Let's go back and look at that. We were watching the leaders go around. Let's jump back in and. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. 22's running for a championship, and he's only got a couple laps left. He doesn't have time for any kind of patience, so it's time to go.
Yeah, showing here on the replay, we can see that the 22 is holding his line. The 25 began to drift down just a little bit, and unfortunately they got collected, and that has brought out the yellow flag here. Well, we're down to 3 laps to go.
So, yeah, and there's only 3 cars on the lead lap. Hopefully they're aware of that. Let's see if they come in and take tires.
Well, I
basically,
think
the winner of the race is going to be the champion, I believe.
Yeah, I think the 25 will get his lap back.
All righty, now that'll make 4, but he'll have to start at the end of the longest line, so he should be a non-factor. Little psych out game there.
Yeah. Well, you got to wonder if if these, I guess these leaders are not going to come in. They've elected to probably stay out. Is pit? I'm not sure if pit lane is open at this point, but
that's why I'm wondering if they're aware they're the only 3 on the lead lap, excluding the 25. But like I said, he'll have to start in the back. They could safely pit here, take the tires, and really start right back where they are and lose no position. I mean, especially if I was Jeff starting in 3rd, he's probably not going to win from there. Might as well go take tires, and gosh, I would think he'd be a guarantee to win if he was the only guy with fresh tires.
I'm not sure that their pit crew is giving them that advice. Elliot, you should be on the box and not so much on the broadcast.
I like it here better.
Well, we're getting close to wrapping up this event here for the East Coast Late Model Series. This is their finale here at Bristol. We're down to the closing laps here, and we're about to pretty much go to nearly a green-white checker at this point. There are 3 laps here to go.
This will be the first of 3, I believe, green-white checkers. Take that back, it's 2 green-white checkers, but this is the first one.
Well, knowing what we know about the current point standings, where do you think?
If I had lane choice, I would probably keep the inside on the restart.
It's a tight battle. There is a total of 5 points that separate the current top 3 drivers.
Yeah, right now I believe Ryan Pittman has 2 bonus points for leading a lap and leading the most laps. Jeffrey Nairn has 2 bonus points for the pole and leading a lap. And Ty Bostic does not have any bonus points as of yet.
Pace cars down, and Ryan Pittman is already, we are green here at Bristol. He entered that Geico restart box and was just off to the races.
Got a really good jump out to about a half a second, maybe 3/10 lead. Really going to be hard to catch him, but Ty's making a good run through 3 and 4. He's on him. He's going to have to use the bumper. He's going to get below him down here. He's got a better run.
These guys have worn tires, over 100 laps on these tires.
Here it is. Here it is. Oh, he's going to get him. Ryan finished 2nd, got in the wall there. Jeff finished 3rd. I believe that'll make Ty Bostic the champion, but we'll wait for the smart people to let us know that.
Well, the unofficial results has Ty Bostic in the 22 as our winner, Ryan Pittman in the 08 in second, Jeff Nairn in third, Ryan Chapman in the 7 in fourth, Tyler Bryant in the 25 in fifth, Michael Carpenter in the 6 in sixth, Evan Amick in the 77 in seventh, Chris Robley in eighth, Kenny Bradstock in ninth, and Matt McComas in 10th. Well, looks like the competitors are winding up for some pictures as they wrap up this event here at Bristol, and we want to thank you for watching this broadcast of the IWM broadcast networks of broadcast of the East Coast Late Model Series here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see if we can get some drivers. I'm not sure with the current discords the way they are. We'll just jump up and see if there's any drivers in their channels. We don't currently have any drivers in their channels, so pretty much, Ellie, I think that's going to wrap up our broadcast.
Yeah, Rick, that was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Ty and Ryan and Jeff on a great race and a great finish. It was a lot of fun tonight.
All right, folks, thank you again for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the East Coast Late Model Series Championship event here at Bristol. We hope you'll join us again. Please follow along in our social media channels and stay tuned. We'll thank you again. I'm Rick Souza, and with my broadcast partner, Elliot Swope, thank you again for tuning in.
Good night.